Good morning, my brothers and sisters. It's the 245th episode of Be With Me. We're in a story of Jesus sending out the 72. And the funny part of the story I said yesterday was he's sending them out as lambs amid the wolves in Luke chapter 10, verse 3. And then he unsupplies them and he says, don't take a money bag, don't take knapsack, don't take sandals. But he does supply them. We talked about the vision that he gives them. There's a harvest out there, that there's a person, that there's a Lord of the harvest, a new name for God. And then tools, pray to the Lord of the harvest, and a peace this mobile peace that he's going to offer them he gives the 72 to give to the people that they're talking to, this message of peace, this opportunity. And then today, he talks about whenever you enter a town and they receive you, eat what is set before you, and then heal the sick. So he gives the 72 an authority to heal the sick. Now, I was involved in the healing business for a while, and just an observation, it's a remarkably hard thing to do. It's to be healed. If you're sick or you got cancer or rheumatoid arthritis or something, it's painful. The medical business is painful. It's expensive. It's risky. It's humiliating. You got to wear a gown with a big hole in the backside. It's time consuming. It's frightening. The field itself is frightening. And here he says, no, as this kingdom comes near, as one of the signs of the kingdom is going to be this healing of the sick, this authority over sickness. And later on, we're going to find out that it's also going to involve authority over evil and demons. And Satan's going to fall like lightning from heaven. So that's cool. So verse 9, heal the sick in it and say to them, the kingdom of God has come to you, has come near to you. So with this healing as a sign, for the kingdom of God has come near. That's the title of today, is the kingdom that has come near. It's this gift of proximity that he gives us. So then he's going to recomment about choice. But whenever you enter a town and they do not receive you, so there's an opportunity for choice to be healed, to be a person of peace, that son of peace. But there's also a choice not to receive. That's scary. So when this gift of proximity comes, there's this choice. Like Jesus reminds me of one of my favorite lines in Mark chapter 12, where he's talking to a scribe, and the scribe asks some good questions and engages with Jesus in a sincere way. And Jesus' comment to him is, you are not far from the kingdom. That's the good news. The bad news sort of is, but you're not in the kingdom. At least we don't know how the story turns out with the scribe. But in this certain circumstance, we do know how it turns out. We have people that receive him, peace receivers, and then you have people that don't receive him. And then he tells what happens at the end is even the dust of your town that clings to our feet, we will wipe off against you. Nevertheless, know this, that the kingdom of God has come near. So again, he repeats the theme of this is that the kingdom of God has come near. I tell you, it will be more bearable on that day for Sodom than for this town. So we see this choice, but then we see this consequence that is even a gift in a sense. We have a just God. I mean, we want a God of justice. We say we want justice, we just don't want it for ourselves. And so the consequences, if you don't receive this, would be not being healed, your city not being healed, yourself not being healed. But then you get the sense that the kingdom moves on, that the peace moves on. I think of the verse, today if you hear his voice, harden not your heart. And there is a time when judgment is going to be exercised. So we have this gift of opportunity, free will, if you will. It's a kingdom of the willing. It's the kingdom of invited people who have accepted. So I don't care if you were a middle schooler I don't care if you're a 4-year-old. I don't care if you're a 70-year-old on your deathbed. This passage tells us that a kingdom moves through and is offered, and maybe it is being offered to you today as a middle schooler or as a 4-year-old. And you have an opportunity to receive it, to be a part of that citizenship, to be found as a lamb in that kingdom. So there's this opportunity, and there's this sense in the story that it won't always be near. So don't let the opportunity pass us by. There's this urgency that there appears to be to pray earnestly. And he tells the 72, don't even chit chat on the road. Don't greet those on the road. So in conclusion, my first thought was the unsuppliedness of these 72 with no bag of money, no knapsack, no sandals. But the Lord does give them a whole bunch of stuff. He gives them this vision for the harvest. He gives them the new name of God, the Lord of the harvest, and then he gives them his presence, his person, his peace. He gives them a tool, prayer. He gives them a charge that is, bring this message of peace, bring this kingdom near to people. I'm going to imbue you with some certain supernatural gifts like healing, and we'll find out here tomorrow about the gift of ability to cast out demons, but that the kingdom boundary can expand. Then he gives them this gift of opportunity, agency, free will, and then maybe too even this consequence of justice, which in a sense is a gift. We want a God that is just. So the bottom line for us all is that if the kingdom is coming to you and you have this opportunity, let's make the right choice, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump into the kingdom. Let's respond yes. Let's turn. Let's be people of belief and faith and use our gift of opportunity when the kingdom comes near.